Welcome to Ethiopia Insight. Today we're taking a deep dive into the intricate, often convoluted world of border disputes. These invisible lines drawn on maps have the power to ignite conflicts, displace people, and disrupt economies. They can simmer for centuries, fueled by historical disagreements and heightened by internal conflicts. But what really lies at the root of these disputes? And how do they impact the lives of those caught in the crossfire? Buckle up as we embark on an enlightening journey through the labyrinth of territorial dispute between Ethiopia and Sudan. Stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of this conflict and discuss its far-reaching impacts. Remember, understanding these disputes is the first step towards finding a resolution. So let's get started. In our quest to understand the current state of affairs, it's crucial to journey back in time to the genesis of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. Our story begins in the early 20th century with the signing of the Anglo-Ethiopian Treaty of 1902. This agreement aimed to draw the line between the two nations, with a particular focus on the fertile Fashaga territory. However, the process of demarcation was fraught with disagreement, planting the seeds of a dispute that would outlast the century. This border, known to many as the Gwyn Line, quickly became a point of contention. The Ethiopian government rejected the delineation, setting the stage for a dispute that would color their relations with Sudan for decades to come. Despite several attempts at diplomatic dialogue and negotiation, the border issue remained largely unresolved, acting as a ticking time bomb, waiting for the right spark to ignite the conflict we see today. The areas of contention, like Fashaga, became hotbeds for conflict, affecting communities on both sides of the border. Disputes over land ownership and access to agricultural resources heightened these tensions, turning these regions into battlegrounds for cross-border disputes. As we move forward, it's essential to remember these historical roots as they continue to influence the dynamics of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this intricate issue in the next scene. The events of the recent past have significantly influenced the dynamics of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. The Tigray conflict, which erupted in late 2020, added a new layer to the already complex situation. As Ethiopia was embroiled in the civil war, Sudan saw an opportunity to assert its control over the disputed Fashaga region. The Ethiopian forces, stretched thin due to the internal conflict, were unable to defend their claims effectively, leading to a swift and forceful occupation by the Sudanese armed forces. The displacement of Ethiopian farmers, mainly from the Amhara region, further escalated the tensions. This move by Sudan sent shockwaves across the region, leading many to speculate about the strategic decisions of Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Was he prioritizing the internal conflict over the border dispute? Could this decision lead to a divided focus and give an advantage to the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF? In this complex geopolitical chess game, every move has consequences. The Pretoria Agreement, signed in November 2022, ended the war in Tigray but left the border issues unresolved. This lack of resolution added further complexity to the border security challenges, leaving the region in a state of uncertainty. The incursion of the Sudanese armed forces into the Fashaga region brought about significant changes for local communities and economic activities. The disruption of trade routes and the displacement of people have had far-reaching impacts, shaping the future course of this border dispute. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the securitization of the Ethiopia-Sudan border in the next scene. Fashaga holds a position of immense economic value for both Ethiopia and Sudan. This region, blessed with fertile lands, is known for its agricultural productivity, producing high-value crops such as white sesame, a significant contributor to the agricultural economy. Trade routes traversing Fashaga are critical arteries of regional commerce, connecting Ethiopia to Sudan and beyond, acting as conduits for the flow of goods and commodities. These paths of exchange support livelihoods and foster economic development. However, the conflict has imposed a significant toll on these trade routes. Military checkpoints and stringent border control measures have restricted the movement of goods and people, leading to delays and inflated costs for traders. This, in turn, directly impacts the region's economy and jeopardizes food security. Warehouses and storage facilities in Fashaga have not been spared from these disruptions, leading to shortages and price fluctuations in agricultural commodities. Before the conflicts and border tensions escalated, Fashaga was a hub of vibrant cross-border trade, mutually beneficial for Ethiopian and Sudanese traders. But the recent disruptions have shattered this economic synergy. The deserted market stalls and empty trading areas in Fashaga stand as a stark symbol of the economic toll inflicted by the ongoing conflicts and trade disruptions. As we move forward, we will explore the securitization of the Ethiopia-Sudan border and the implications for the people living in this contested region. As we delve deeper into the heart of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute, we find ourselves amidst a rich trove of strategic resources that significantly contribute to the conflict dynamics. This region is not just an agricultural goldmine, but also a reservoir of other valuable resources like minerals and water. The quest for control over these resources has intensified the conflict, with various stakeholders attempting to assert their dominance. Mining activities, particularly for gold, have become a hotbed for tensions. The potential wealth that lies beneath the soil fuels the flames of dispute, as rival factions vie for control over these mineral-rich areas. Water, the lifeline of this region, is another strategic resource that is a focal point of the conflict. The control over water management systems, essential for irrigation and hydroelectric projects, is a major concern in both Ethiopia and Sudan. This precious resource is not just an economic asset, but also a tool for geopolitical leverage, influencing regional power dynamics and security alliances. In the midst of this conflict over resources, development projects such as infrastructure initiatives and agricultural schemes have become intertwined with the dispute. These projects, while crucial for economic development, often exacerbate tensions as factions compete for control over these developments and the resources they utilize. However, the most severe impact of this resource-driven conflict is borne by the communities living in these areas. Areas like Fashaga, rich in these strategic resources, often become the epicenters of conflict, leading to displacement and suffering for the local populace. Thus, the human costs of these resource-driven conflicts cannot be overlooked. As we continue to unravel the complexities of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute, it becomes clear that strategic resources are not just drivers of economic development, but also catalysts for conflict and power struggles. Their management and control are central to understanding the current and future trajectory of the dispute. In September 2023, Sudan was plunged into a complex civil conflict that has echoed across its territories. This conflict has led to widespread displacement, loss of lives, and humanitarian crises, affecting communities across Sudan and neighboring regions, including Ethiopia. The ripple effects of this conflict are felt deeply in the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute, as cross-border movements of refugees and combatants, along with the proliferation of arms and illicit activities, become direct consequences of Sudan's civil conflict. Regional security experts highlight the intricate interplay between Sudan's civil conflict and border dynamics. They emphasize the need for coordinated strategies to address shared challenges, as the spillage of Sudan's civil conflict into border regions poses significant security challenges. These include arms trafficking, insurgent activities, and border control issues, which further complicate the border dispute. The efforts to resolve Sudan's civil conflict and foster reconciliation are interconnected with broader peace-building initiatives in the Horn of Africa. These initiatives directly and indirectly impact border stability and cross-border relations, further underscoring the complexity of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. As we continue to explore the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute, it's clear that the resolution of Sudan's civil conflict is a crucial piece of the puzzle. The conflict and its resolution have far-reaching implications for the border dispute and the broader regional stability. In the next chapter of this series, we will delve deeper into these implications and their potential impact on the future trajectory of the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. Stay tuned. As we near the conclusion of our documentary, Securitizing the Ethiopia-Sudan Border, How Cross-Border Conflict is Shaping Trade and the Control of Land, we delve into pathways to resolution and explore future prospects for peace and stability in the region. Diplomatic engagements and negotiations between Ethiopia and Sudan, facilitated by regional and international mediators, offer a pathway to resolve border disputes and foster mutual understanding. Peace agreements provide frameworks for dialogue, conflict resolution mechanisms, and cooperative initiatives aimed at de-escalating tensions. Sustainable peace hinges on collaborative efforts, local ownership, and long-term engagement. Community-led initiatives, reconciliation processes, and grassroots peace-building efforts empower local stakeholders, promote social cohesion, and contribute to lasting peace on the ground. Cross-border cooperation, joint development projects, and economic partnerships can transform border regions into zones of opportunity, fostering economic growth and enhancing regional integration. Youth engagement, empowerment, and inclusion in peace-building processes are essential for cultivating a culture of peace, resilience, and social cohesion among future generations. International support, humanitarian assistance, and peacekeeping missions play a vital role in supporting conflict-affected populations, facilitating dialogue, and building peace infrastructure. As we conclude our exploration of pathways to resolution and future prospects, we advocate for sustainable peace-building efforts that prioritize human security, conflict prevention, and inclusive governance. Now let's wrap up our discussion and look ahead to what the future may hold for the Ethiopia-Sudan border region. The world is complex, but through understanding we can make it a little less so. Stay tuned, that's all for now. Thank you for joining us. Before we sign off, we want to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful news updates like this video if you found it informative, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement and feedback are invaluable to us. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.